Space is black, not dark.
Same difference.
No.
It was a long time ago in like a galaxy far away. You know what I mean? And far, far away. Not in this one.
Once you get to far away, you hit the threshold.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages.
All right. You just get to it, man. Let's just move on. No, I mean, actually, just start reading.
Shit. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Hey, hold up real quick. I wanted to say that we had a really good time filming this episode. Star Wars is one of our favorite movies of all time. But when editing, I noticed that sometimes when we're just reading a lot of narration, or in this case, the crawl, it can get a lot boring. Oh, and we don't want to get sued. Thanks, Disney. So why don't I just skip us ahead to something a little more fun? Cool?
The interior of the Rebel blockade runner in the main passageway.
Did you hear that? They've shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness. We're
You're not
doomed.
hitting anything.
Not hitting anything. There'll be no escape for the princess this time. What's that? R2-D2, where are you?
A familiar clanking sound attacks 3PO's attention, and he spots little R2 at the end of the hallway in a smoke-filled alcove. A beautiful young girl, about 16-year-old, stands in front of R2.
At last, where have you been? They're heading in this direction. What are we going to do? We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows.
R2 scoots past his bronze friend and races down the sub-hallway. 3PO chases after him.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
The evil Darth Vader stands amid the broken and twisted bodies of his foes. He grabs a wounded rebel officer by the neck as an Imperial officer rushes up to the Dark Lord.
The Death Star plans are not in the main computer.
Oh, Vader squeezes the neck of the rebel officer who struggles in vain.
Well, those transmissions you intercepted. What have you done with those plans?
We intercepted no transmissions.
It was a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission.
If this is a consular ship, where is the ambassador?
The soldier goes limp.
Yeah, he did.
Vader toggles the soldier against the wall and turns to his troop like a badass motherfucker.
Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the ambassador. I want her alive.
And the stormtroopers scurry into the sub-halls.
Scurry.
The lovely young girl huddles in a small alcove as the stormtroopers search through the ship. She is Princess Leia Organa, a member of the Alderaan Senate. One of the stormtroopers spots her.
There she is. Set for stun.
Leia steps from her hiding place and blasts a trooper with her laser pistol, and she starts to run out but is felled by a paralyzing ray.
She'll be all right. Inform Lord Vader we have a prisoner. Inform him.
Just
You know, that trooper's real confident. R2 stops before a small hatch of an emergency life pod.
Hey, you're not permitted in there. It's restricted. You'll be deactivated for sure.
Don't be a little bitch.
Don't call me a little bitch, philosopher, you overweight glob of grease. Now come out before somebody sees you.
R2 whistles something at his reluctant friend regarding the mission he is about to perform.
Secret mission? What plans? What are you talking about? I'm not getting in there.
A new explosion, this time very close, sends dust and debris through the narrow sub-hull. The robot jumps into his life pod.
I'm going to regret this.
There goes another one.
Hold your fire. There are no life forms. Must have been short-circuited.
R2 and 3PO look out at the receding Imperial starship. Slowly trickling away, stars circle as the pod rotates through the galaxy.
That's funny. The damage doesn't look as bad from out here. Are you sure this thing's safe?
Princess Leia is led down a low-ceilinged hallway by a squad of armored stormtroopers. Darth Vader emerges from the shadows. The sinister Dark Lord stares hard at the frail young senator, but she doesn't move.
Lord Vader, I should have known. Only you could be so bold. This Imperial Senate will not sit for this. When they hear you've attacked a diplomatic...
Don't play games with me, Your Highness. You weren't on any mercy mission this time. You passed directly through a restricted system. Several transmissions were beamed to this ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch. Holding her is dangerous. If word of this gets out, it could generate sympathy for the rebellion in the Senate.
I have traced the rebel spies to her. Now she is our only link to find their secret base.
She'll die before she tells you anything.
Leave that to me. Send a distress signal, and then inform the Senate that they were all aboard were killed.
Another Imperial officer approaches Vader and the commander.
Lord Vader, the battle station plans are not aboard this ship, and no transmissions were made. An escape pod was jettisoned during the fighting, but no life forms were aboard.
She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them. See to it personally, Commander. There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Yes, sir.
The sassy soldier walks away. And we switch to exterior space, where the Imperial Star Destroyer comes over the surface of the planet Tatooine. Jumping to Tatooine Desert.
From that height? How did I get into this mess? I really don't know how. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. I've got to rest before I fall apart. My joints are almost frozen. What a desolate place this is. Where are you going? Well, I'm not going that way. It's much too rocky. This way is much easier. What makes you think there are settlements over there? Don't get technical with me. What mission? What are you talking about? I've had just about enough of you. Go that way. You'll be malfunctioning within a day. You nearsighted scrap pile piece of shit. And don't let me catch you following me begging for help, because you won't get it. No more adventures. I'm not going that way.
3PO, hot and tired, struggles up over the ridge of a dune, only to find more dunes.
That malfunctioning little twerp. This is all his fault. He tricked me into going this way, but he'll do no better.
In a huff of anger and frustration. I like that. Do it again. Huff. 3PO knocks the sand from his joints and his plight seems hopeless when the glint of a reflected light in the distance reveals an object moving towards him.
Wait, what's that? A transport. I'm saved! Over here! Help! Please help!
He's waving frantically. R2 heads into this narrow rock canyon. He's moving carefully, trying not to draw attention, which lasts about 5 whole seconds before he accidentally makes a loud clicking noise that echoes everywhere. He stops, listens, decides he's fine, and keeps going, which is absolutely the wrong fucking call. Because things start moving around in the rocks around him, little shapes darting between shadows. He has no idea any of this is happening. They scurry up. Dun, dun, dun. R2 keeps rolling along the trail, totally unaware, until a magnetic blast hits him out of nowhere and locks onto him instantly, full body freeze.
He screams.
Tips over into the back like someone just unplugged him. His lights flicker a couple of times.
All right. Floaties doesn't like the part with just the droids and the Jawas, so he wanted me to skip ahead, so we're going to do that.
Oh, thank the maker. This oil bath is going to feel so good. I've got such a bad case of dust contamination I can barely move.
It just isn't fair. Briggs is right. I'm never gonna get out of here.
Is there anything I might do to help?
Well, not unless you can alter time, speed up the harvest, or teleport me off this rock.
I don't think so, sir. I'm only a droid, and not very knowledgeable about such things. Not on this planet, anyways. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure which planet I'm on.
Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the planet that it's farthest from.
Yes.
Sucks out here.
I see, sir.
Yeah, you can call me Luke.
I see, sir, Luke.
Just Luke.
And I am C-3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations. And this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Hello. You got a lot of carbon scoring there. It looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good condition as we are.
You know
with that rebellion and all.
You know the rebellion against the Empire?
That's how we came to be in your service, if you take my meaning, sir.
Have you been in many battles?
Several, I think. Actually, there's not much to tell. I'm not much more than an interpreter, and not very good at telling stories. Well, not in making them interesting, anyway.
Well, my little friend, you got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a cruiser or something?
Help me, Obi-Wan
That's
Kenobi.
me.
You're my only hope.
What's this? R2 looks around and sheepishly beeps an answer for 3PO to translate.
What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Oh, he says it's nothing, sir. Merely a malfunction. Old data. Pay no mind.
She's pretty hot.
I'm afraid I'm not quite sure, sir. Why the fuck wouldn't I know?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think she was a passenger on our last voyage. A person of some importance, sir, I believe. Our captain was attached to...
You really don't know? You got any more?
Behave yourself, R2. You're going to get us in trouble. It's all right. You can trust him. He's our new master. He says he's the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, a resident of these parts. It's a private message for him. Quite frankly, sir, I don't know what he's talking about. Our last master was Captain Antilles, but with what we've been through, this little R2 unit has become a bit eccentric.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? I wonder if he means old Ben Kenobi.
I beg your pardon, sir, but do you know what he's talking about?
Well, I don't know anyone named Obi-Wan, but old Ben lives out beyond the Dune Sea, and he's kind of an old, strange hermit. I wonder who she is, though. Sounds like she's in trouble. I better play back the whole thing over here by myself.
He says the restraining bolt has short-circuited his recording system. He suggests that if you remove the bolt, he might be able to play back the entire recording.
Oh yeah, well, I guess you're too small to run away with me if I take this off. Alright, there you go. Well, wait a minute. Where'd she go? Bring her back. Play the entire message.
What message? The one you're carrying inside your rusty innards.
Luke! Luke, come to dinner!
Alright, I'll be right there, Aunt Barrow.
I'm sorry, sir, but he appears to have picked up a slight flutter.
Well, we'll see what you can do with him. I'll be right back.
Just you reconsider playing that message for him. No, I don't think he likes you at all.
Oh, I don't like him either.
No, I don't like you either.
Interior of the homestead in the dining room. Luke's Aunt Beru, a warm, motherly woman, fills a pitcher with a blue fluid from a refrigerated container in the well-used kitchen. She puts the pitcher on a tray with some bowls of food and starts for the dining area. Luke sits with his Uncle Owen before a table covered with steaming bowls of food as Aunt Beru carries in a bowl of red grains. You know, I think that R2 unit we bought might have been stolen.
What makes you think that?
I stumbled across a recording while I was cleaning him, and he says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought he might have meant old Ben. You know what he's talking about?
That old man's just a crazy old wizard. Tomorrow, I want you to take that R2 unit into Anchorhead and have its memory flushed, and that'll be the end of it. It belongs to us now.
Oh man, but what if this Obi-Wan comes looking for him though?
He won't. I don't think he exists anymore. He died about the same time as your father.
Oh, he knew my father.
I told you to forget it. Your only concern is to prepare the new droids for tomorrow. In the morning, I want them on the South Ridge, working out those condensers.
Yes, sir. I think the new droids are gonna work out fine, in fact. I was also thinking about our agreement with staying on another season, and if these new droids do work out, I want to transmit my application to the Academy this year.
You mean the next semester before Harvest?
Sure, there's more than enough droids.
Harvest is when I need you the most. Only one more season. This year we'll make enough on the Harvest so I'll be able to hire more hands, and then you can go to Academy next year. You must understand, I need you here, Luke.
There's a whole other year.
Look, it's only one more season.
Yeah, that's what you said last year when the pigs and Tank left.
Where are you going?
Looks like I'm going nowhere.
Oh, and he can't stay here forever. Most of his friends have gone. It means so much to him.
I'll make it up to him next year, I promise.
Luke's not a farmer, Owen. He just has too much of his father in him.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Look, all right, so this part of the movie is awesome when you're watching it on the screen, but when you're hearing like three dudes just narrate it, it gets kind of boring. Here's what happens. R2-D2, he disappears in the middle of the night. Luke and 3PO take Luke's speeder. They go across the desert plains to try to find this damn thing. They get ambushed by Tusken Raiders.
They drink Foothills beer.
They drink Foothills beer. Then they happen to bump into Obi-Wan Kenobi in the middle of a desert planet.
Hello there.
He takes him back to his house, and he's like, Darth Vader killed your dad.
Here's your lightsaber.
Here's your dad's lightsaber. And then they find the Jawa sandcrawler. It's blasted to hell. Then Luke puts 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 together. And he's like, if they can find the Jawas, they can find my aunt and uncle. They fly to the aunt and uncle's farm, and they are toast. So Luke decides, I'm going to go with Obi-Wan and become a Jedi.
The land speeder with Luke, R2, 3PO, and Ben in it zooms across the desert. The speeder stops on a bluff overlooking the spaceport at Mos Eisley.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Ben looks over at Luke, who gives the old Jedi a determined smile. The speeder is stopped on a crowded street by several combat-hardened stormtroopers who look over at 2 robots. A stormtrooper questions Luke. How long have you had these droids?
About 3 or 4 seasons now.
They're for sale if you want them.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move.
Move along. Move along. Various strange forms of transport, including several unusual beasts of burden, are parked outside the bar. A Jawa runs up and begins to fondle the speeder.
I can't abide these Jawas. Disgusting creatures.
As Luke gets out of the speeder, he tries to shoo the Jawa away.
Go on, go on. I can't understand how we got by those troopers. I thought we were dead.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded. You will find it a powerful ally.
Do you really think we're gonna find a pilot here that'll take us to Alderaan?
Well, most of the best fighter pilots can be found here. Only watch your step. This place can be a little rough.
Yeah, I'm ready for anything.
Come along, R2.
The young adventurer and his 2 mechanical servants follow Ben Kenobi into the smoke-filled cantina.
There's a lot of aliens in
A
here.
lot of crazy-looking aliens.
Take the bartender.
Yeah, we don't serve their kind here. Your droids, they'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
They don't drink anything, man. Listen, why don't you wait out by the speeder? We don't want any trouble.
I heartily agree with you, sir.
Ben is standing next to Chewbacca, an 8-foot-tall, savage-looking creature. Ben speaks to the Wookiee, pointing to Luke several times during this conversation. That wasn't even the laugh button, but that's funny. Luke is terrified, but tries not to show it. He quickly sips his drink, looking over the crowd for a more sympathetic ear, or whatever. It says, or whatever. It actually says that.
That was
He
awesome.
doesn't like you.
I'm sorry.
I don't like you either.
The big creature is getting agitated.
Don't insult us. You just watch yourself. We're wanted men. I have death sentence in 12 systems.
I'll be careful then.
You'll be dead. This little one isn't worth the effort. Come, let me buy you something.
Powerful blow from an unpleasant creature sends the young would-be Jedi sailing across the room, crashing through tables and breaking a large jug filled with a foul-looking liquid.
Ew!
No blasters! No blaster! With astounding agility, Old Ben's laser sword sparks to life, and in a flash, an arm lies on the floor. Strange creatures play exotic big band music on odd-looking instruments as Luke, still giddy, downs a fresh drink and follows Ben and Chewbacca to the booth where Han Solo is sitting. Han Solo, I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
Fast ship. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Ooh.
I've outrun Imperial starships. Not the local bulk cruisers, mind you. I'm talking about the big Corellian ships now. She's fast enough for you, old man. What's the cargo?
Only passengers, myself, the boy, 2 droids, and no questions asked.
What is it, some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? And it's going to cost you something extra. 10,000 in advance.
10,000. We can almost buy our own ship for that.
But who's going to fly it, kid? You?
You bet I could. I'm not such a bad pilot myself. We don't have to sit here and listen to this guy.
We haven't that much with us, but we could pay you 2,000 now, plus 15 when we reach Alderaan.
17, huh?
That's right, with a booze.
Okay, you guys got yourself a ship. We'll leave you as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94.
94.
Ooh, looks like somebody's beginning to take an interest in your handiwork. Ben and Luke turn around to see 4 Imperial stormtroopers looking at the dead bodies and asking the bartender some questions. The bartender points at the booth. 17,000! Those guys must really be desperate. This could really save my neck. Get back to the ship and get her ready.
You'll have to sell your speeder.
That's okay. I'm never coming back to this planet again.
As Han is about to leave, Greedo, a slimy green-faced alien with a short trunk nose, pokes a gun in his side. The creature speaks in a foreign tongue translated into English subtitles.
Going somewhere, Solo?
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just going to see your boss. Tell Jabba that I've got his money.
It's too late. You should have paid him when you had the chance. Jabba's put a price on your head so large that every bounty hunter in the galaxy will be looking for you. I'm lucky I found you first.
Yeah, but this time I've got the money.
If you give it to me, I might forget I found you.
Well, I don't have it with me. Tell Jabba...
Jabba's coming through. He has no time for smugglers who drop their shipments at the first sign of an Imperial cruiser.
Even I get boarded sometimes. Do you think I had a choice?
You can tell that to Jabba. He may only take your ship.
Over my dead body.
That's the idea. I've been looking forward to killing you for a long time.
Yes, I'll bet you have. Pew, pew, pew.
Han shot first.
Han did absolutely. Han gets up and starts out of the cantina, flipping the bartender some coins as he leaves. Sorry about the mess. We're in space. Several TIE fighters approach the Death Star. We're in the Death Star control room.
The resistance to the mind probe is considerable. It will be some time before we can extract any information from her.
An Imperial officer interrupts the meeting.
The final checkout is complete. All systems are operational. What course shall we set?
Perhaps she would respond to an alternative form of persuasion.
What do you mean?
I think it is time we demonstrate the full power of this station. Set your course for Princess Leia's home planet of Alderaan.
With pleasure.
4 heavily armed stormtroopers move menacingly along a narrow slum alleyway crowded with darkly clad creatures.
Lock the door, R2. Lock the door.
One of the troopers checks a tightly locked door and moves down the alleyway. The door slightly opens a crack and 3PO peeks out.
All right. Check to the side of the street. It's secure. Move on to the next door.
The door opens and 3PO moves into the doorway.
I would much rather have gone with Master Luke than stay here with you. I don't know what all the trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault. You watch your language!
Speeder lot. Ben and Luke are standing in a sleazy, used speeder lot, talking with a tall, grotesque, insect-like used speeder dealer.
Whatever, Luke's selling his speeder.
He says it's the best he can do. Since the XP-38 came out, they're just not in demand anymore.
It'll be enough.
Ben and Luke leave the speeder lot and walk down the dusty alleyway.
Cannon. If the ship's as fast as he's boasting, we ought to do well.
Chewbacca waits relentlessly. At the entrance to the docking bay, Ben, Luke, and the robots make their way up to the street. The darkly clad creature has followed them from the speeder lot. Resting up the middle of the huge hole in a large, round, beat-up, placed together hunk of junk that could only be called the starship.
Ooh, what a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past the speed of light. I messed that up a couple of times. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've added some special modifications myself. We're a little rushed, so if you'll hurry aboard, we'll get out of here. Luke, Ben, 3PO, and R2 move toward the Millennium Falcon passing Solo.
Hello, sir.
8 Imperial stormtroopers rush up to the darkly clad creature.
Which way?
The darkly clad creature points to the door at the docking bay.
All right, then, load your weapons.
Several of the stormtroopers fire at Han as he ducks into the spaceship.
Blast him! God damn it!
Do it again.
As Han ducks into the spaceship, Han draws his laser pistol and pops off a couple of shots which force the stormtroopers to dive for safety. Chewie, get us out of here!
I have forgotten how much I hate space travel.
Half a dozen stormtroopers at the checkpoint hear this general alarm and look at the sky as a huge starship rises out of the dingy slum dwellings and quickly disappears into the morning sky. Han climbs into the pilot's chair next to Chewbacca, who chatters away as he points out something on the radar scope. Han frantically types information on the ship's computer. Little R2 appears momentarily at the cockpit doorway. It looks like an Imperial cruiser. Our passengers must be hotter than I thought. Try and hold them off. Angle the deflector shield while I make the calculations for the jump to light speed. Over the shoulders of Chewbacca and Han, we can see the galaxy spread before them. Stay sharp, there are 2 more coming in. They're going to try and cut us off.
Why don't you outrun them? I thought you said this was fast!
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll be floating home. We'll be safe enough once we make our jump to hyperspace. Besides, I know a few maneuvers. We'll lose them.
Imperial cruisers fire at the pirate ship.
Yeah, here's where the fun begins.
How long before you can make the jump to light speed?
It'll take a few minutes to get the coordinates from the Navi computer.
Hey, are you kidding me? At the rate they're gaining us?
Traveling through hyperspace isn't like dusting crops, boy. Without precise calculations, we could fly right through a star or bounce too close to a supernova, and that'd end our trip real quick, wouldn't it?
The ship is now constantly battered with laser fire as a red warning light begins to flash.
What's that flashing?
We're losing our deflector shield. Go strap yourself in. I'm gonna make the jump to light speed.
The galaxy brightens as they move faster, almost as if crashing into a barrier. Stars become streaks as the pirate ship makes the jump to hyperspace. Interior, Death Star, control room. Admiral Mahdi enters the quiet control room and bows before Governor Tarkin.
We've entered the Alderaan system.
Governor Tarkin, I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
Charming to the last. You don't know how I found signing your order to terminate your life.
I'm surprised you had the courage to take the responsibility yourself.
Princess Leia, before execution, I would like you to be my guest at the ceremony that will have this battle station operational. No star system will dare oppose the Emperor now.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
Not after we demonstrate the power of this station. In a way, you have determined the choice of the planet that will be destroyed first. Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Alderaan.
No! Alderaan is peaceful! We have no weapons! You can't possibly!
You would prefer another target, a military target? Then name the system. I grow tired of asking this. This will be the last time. Where is the rebel base?
Dantooine. They're on Dantooine.
There. You see, Lord Vader, she can be reasonable. Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusting. Dantooine is too remote to make an effective demonstration. But don't worry, we will deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
No! Interior Death Star, blast chamber.
Commence primary ignition.
A button is pressed, which switches on a panel of lights. A hooded Imperial soldier reaches overhead and pulls a lever, and a bank of lights on a panel and a wall light up. A huge beam of light emanates from within a cone-shaped area and converges into a single laser beam out towards Alderaan. The small green planet of Alderaan is blown into space dust.
God damn it!
Oh my god. Interior, Millennium Falcon, central hold area. Ben watches Luke practice the lightsaber with a small seeker robot. Ben suddenly turns away and sits down. He falters, seems to almost faint.
Are you alright? What's wrong with you?
I felt a great disturbance in the Force. It's as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something terrible has happened. Better get on with your exercise.
Han Solo enters the room. Well, you can forget your trouble with those Imperial slugs. I told you I'd outrun them. Don't everybody thank me at once.
3PO watches Chewbacca and R2, who are engrossed in a game in which three-dimensional holographic figures move along a chess type.
Anyway, we should be at Alderaan in about 200 hours.
Now be careful, R2.
A sudden frown crosses Chewbacca's face as he begins yelling gibberish at the tiny robot.
He made a fair move. Screaming about it won't help you.
You'll let him have it. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because droids don't pull people's arms out of their socket when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
I see your point, sir. I suggest a new strategy, R2. Let the Wookiee win.
Luke stands in the middle of a small holding area. He seems frozen in place. A humming lightsaber is held high over his head.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
You mean it controls your actions?
Partially, but it also obeys your commands.
Wookiee religion and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
You don't believe in the Force, do you?
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything. There's no mystical energy field that controls my destiny. It's a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
I suggest you try it again, Luke. Ben places a large helmet on Luke's head, which covers his eyes. This time, let go of your conscience and act on instinct.
What the blast shield down and I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust me. Han skeptically shakes his head as Ben throws the Seeker into the air. The ball shoots straight up in the air, then drops like a rock. Luke swings the lightsaber around blindly, misses the Seeker, which fires off a laser bolt, which hits Luke square in the seat of the pants, and attempts to hit the Seeker. Stretch out with your feelings. Luke stands in one corner, seemingly frozen. The Seeker makes a dive at Luke, and incredibly, he manages to deflect the bolt. The ball ceases to fire and moves back to its original position. You see, you can do it.
I call it luck.
In my experience, there is no such thing as luck.
Look, going good against remotes is one thing. Going good against the living, that's something else. Well, it looks like we're coming up on Alderaan.
You know, I kind of did feel something. I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step into a larger world. Interior, Death Star, conference room. Imperial officers stand before Governor Tarkin and the evil Lord, Darth Vader.
Yes.
All scout ships have reached Dantooine. They found the remains of a rebel base, but they estimate that it's been deserted for some time now. They're conducting an extensive search of the surroundings.
She lied! She lied to us!
I told you she would never consciously betray the rebellion.
Terminate her! Immediately!
Interior, Millennium Falcon, cockpit.
Stand by, Chewie. Here we go. Cut the sublight engines.
Outside the cockpit window, stars begin streaking past, seem to decrease in speed, and then stop. Suddenly, the starship begins to shudder and violently shake about. Asteroids begin to race toward them, battering the sides of the ship.
What the... Oh, we come out of hyperspace in a meteor shower. Some kind of asteroid collision. It's not on any of the charts.
The Wookiee flips off several controls and seems very cool in the emergency. Luke makes his way into the bouncing cockpit.
What's going on?
Our position is correct, except no Alderaan.
What do you mean? Where is it?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, kid. It ain't there. It's been totally blown away.
Destroyed by the Empire.
The entire Starfleet couldn't destroy a whole planet. It'd take 1,000 ships with more firepower than
The signal starts flashing on the control panel.
There's another ship coming in.
Then maybe they know what happened.
It's an Imperial fighter. Chewbacca barks his concern.
It followed us.
No, Chewbacca. Chewbacca barks his concern.
Oh, sorry.
Chewbacca barks his concern. A huge explosion bursts outside the cockpit window, shaking the ship violently. A tiny finned Imperial TIE fighter races past the cockpit window.
It followed us.
No, that's a short-range fighter.
There aren't any bases around here. Where'd it come from?
It sure is leaving in a big hurry. They identify us. We're in big trouble.
Not if I can help it. Chewie, jam its transmissions.
It'd be as well to let it go. It's far out of our range.
Not for long.
The tension mounts as the pirate ship gains on the tiny fighter. In the distance, one of the stars becomes brighter until it's obvious that the TIE ship is headed straight for it. A fighter that size couldn't get this deep into space on his own.
Must have gotten lost or been part of a convoy or something.
Well, he ain't gonna be around long enough to tell anybody about us.
The TIE fighter is losing ground on the larger pirate ship. The race toward camera and disappear overhead. Interior, Millennium Falcon, cockpit. The distant star can be distinguished as a small moon or a planet.
Look at him. He's heading for that small moon.
I think I can get him before he gets there. He's almost in range.
That's no moon. It's a space
That's
station.
a space station.
It's a space station!
It's too big to be a space station.
I've got a very bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I think you're right. Full reversal, Chewie. Lock in the auxiliary power.
The pirate ship shudders, and the TIE fighter accelerates away towards the gargantuan battle station.
Why are we still moving towards it, though?
We're caught in the tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
There's got to be something you can do about it.
There's nothing I can do about it, kid. I'm at full power. I'm gonna have to shut her down. But they're not gonna get me without a fight.
You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting. Interior, Millennium Falcon, Death Star. As the battered pirate starship is towed closer to the awesome metal moon, the immense size of the massive battle station becomes staggering.
Clear Bay 23-7. We're opening the magnetic field.
Pirate ship is pulled in through port doors of the Death Star. 30 stormtroopers stand at attention in a central assembly.
To your stations! Come with me!
Stormtroopers run to their posts. A line of stormtroopers march toward the pirate ship in readiness to board it.
Close all outbound shields. Close all outboard shields.
Interior, Death Star, conference room. Tarkin pushes a button and responds to the intercom buzz.
Yes.
We've captured a TIE fighter entering the remains of the Alderaan systems. Its marking match those of a ship that blasted its way out of Mos Eisley.
They must be trying to return the stolen plans to the princess. She may yet be some of use to us.
Let me do that one again.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that again, man.
They must be trying to return the stolen plans to the princess. she may yet be of some use to us.
Interior, Death Star, docking bay 2037. Vader and Commander approach the troopers as an officer and several heavily armed troops exit the spacecraft.
Unlock 1, 5, 7, and 9. Release charges.
There's no one on board, sir. According to the log, the crew abandoned the ship right after takeoff. It must be a decoy, sir. Several of the escape pods have been jettisoned.
Did you find any droids?
No, sir. If there were any on board, they must have also jettisoned.
Send a scanning crew on board. I want every part of this ship checked.
Yes, sir.
I sense something. A presence I haven't felt since.
Vader turns quickly, exits the hangar.
Get me a scanning crew in here on the double. I want every part of this ship checked.
Interior, Millennium Falcon, hallway. 2 floor panels suddenly pop up, revealing Han Solo and Luke. Ben Kenobi sticks his head out of the third locker.
Boy, it's like you had these compartments.
I use them for smuggling. Never thought I'd be smuggling myself in them. This is ridiculous. Even if I could take off, I'd never get past the tractor beam.
Leave that to me.
Damn fool, I knew you were going to say that.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool that follows him?
Sladen.
Blah, 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 blah. Interior, Death Star, main forward bay.
The ship is all yours. If the scanners pick up anything, report it immediately. All right, let's go.
The crewmen enter the pirate ship.
Hey down there, could you give us a hand with this?
The stormtroopers enter the ship, and a quick round of gunfire is heard. Interior. And a quick round of gunfire is heard. Interior, Death Star, forward bay, command office.
TX-412, why aren't you at your post? TX-412, do you copy? Take over, we've got a bad transmitter. I'll see what I can do.
As the officer approaches the door, it slides open, revealing the towering Chewbacca. The gantry officer, in a momentary state of shock, stumbles backwards with a bone-chilling howl. The giant Wookiee flattens the officer with one blow. He immediately reaches for his pistol, but is blasted by Han, dressed as an Imperial stormtrooper. Ben and the robots enter the room quickly, followed by Luke, also dressed as a pimp-ass stormtrooper. Luke quickly removes his helmet as he stoops.
You know, between the howling and the blasting and everything inside, it's a wonder the whole station doesn't know we're here.
Bring them on! I prefer this straight fight to all this sneaking around.
We found the computer outlet, sir. Ben feeds some information to the computer, and a map of the city appears on the monitor. R2 finds something that makes him whistle wildly. Plug in. He should be able to interpret the entire Imperial computer network.
R2 punches his claw into the computer socket where the vast Imperial brain network comes to life, feeding information to the little robot. After a few minutes, he beeps something.
He says he's found the main computer to power the tractor beam that's holding that ship here. He'll try to make the precise location appear on the monitor. The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations. A power loss at one of the terminals will allow the ship to leave. I don't think you boys can help. I must go alone.
Whatever you say, I've done more than I've bargained for on this trip already.
I want to go with you.
Ben adjusts a lightsaber on his belt and silently steps out of the command office, then disappears down a long gray hallway. Chewbacca barks a comment, and then Han shakes his head in agreement.
Chewbacca barks.
Chewbacca barks!
Sorry.
Boy, you said it, Chewie. Where'd you dig up that old fossil?
Suddenly, R2 begins to whistle and beep a blue streak. Luke goes over to him.
What is it?
I'm afraid I'm not quite sure, sir. He says I found her, and keeps repeating she's here.
Well, who? Who has he found?
R2 whistles frantically. Princess Leia!
The princess is here?
Princess? What's going on?
Level 5, detention block AA-23. I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated.
Oh no, we gotta do something.
What are you talking about?
The droid belongs to her. She's the one in the message, and we've gotta help her.
Now, look, don't get any funny ideas. The old man wants us to wait right here.
But he didn't know she was here, so look, we just find a way back to get us into the detention block now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Why? We're going to the executor, man! Look, a few minutes ago you said you didn't want to just wait here to be captured. Now all you want to do is just stay here like a little bitch.
Marching into the detention area is not what I had in
But
mind.
they're gonna kill her, man!
Better her than me.
Aw, she's rich, though.
Rich?
Yeah, rich, powerful. Listen, if you're gonna rescue her, the reward would be...
What?
More wealth than you can imagine?
I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit.
You'll get it.
I better.
You will?
All right, kid. You better be right about this.
Han looks at Chewie, who grunts a short grunt.
All right.
What's your plan?
3PO, hand me those binders there, will ya? No, I'm gonna put these on you, okay?
Chewie lets out a hideous growl.
Okay, Han, you put these on him then.
Luke sheepishly hands the binders.
Don't worry, Chewie. I think I know what he has in mind.
The Wookiee has a worried and frightful look on his face as Han binds him with the electronic cuffs. Master Luke, sir, pardon me for asking, but, what should R2 and I do if we're discovered here?
Lock the door!
And hope they don't have blasters.
That isn't very reassuring. Elevator 2. Han and Luke try to look inconspicuous in their armored suits as they wait for a vacuum elevator to arrive. Troops, bureaucrats, and robots bustle about, ignoring the trio completely. Only a few give the giant Wookiee a curious glance.
I can't see a thing in this helmet.
Luke and Han step forward to exit the elevator. When the door slides open behind them, the giant Wookiee and his 2 guards enter the old gray security station. Guards and laser gates are everywhere. Han whispers to Luke under his breath.
This is not going to work.
Why didn't you say so before?
I did say so before.
Interior detention area. Elevator door is open. A tall, grim-looking officer approaches.
Where are you going with this thing?
Chewie growls a bit at the remark, but Han nudges him to shut up.
Prisoner transfer, block 138.
Chewie only laughs anymore.
I wasn't notified. I'll have to clear it.
The officer goes back to his console and begins to punch in the information. There were only 3 other troopers in the area. Whatever the fuck that word is. Oh, unfastens. That word looked so weird for a second.
I'm so glad we got that recorded.
Really weird. Luke and Han survey the situation, checking all the alarms, laser gates, and camera eyes. Han unfastens one of the Chewbacca's electronic cuffs and shrugs to Luke. Suddenly, Chewbacca throws up his hands and lets out with one of his ear-piercing growls. He grabs Han's laser rifle.
Look out, he's loose!
The startled guards are momentarily dumbfounded. Luke and Han have already pulled out their laser pistols and are blasting away at the terrified Wookiee. The barrage of laser fire misses Chewbacca but hits the camera eyes, laser gates, controls, and the Imperial guards. Han checks the computer readout.
We've got to find out which cell this princess of yours is in. Here it is. Cell 2187. You go get her. I'll hold him off.
Luke races down one of the cell corridors. Han speaks into the buzzing comm.
Everything is under control. Situation normal.
What happened?
Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here. Thank you. How are you?
We're sending the squad up. We're gonna send them up.
Negative. We had a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. Large leak, very dangerous.
Han blasts the comm link and it explodes.
Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're gonna have company!
Interior Death Star, cell row. Luke stops in front of one of the cells and blasts the door away with a laser pistol. When the smoke clears, Luke sees the dazzling young Princess Senator. She has been sleeping and is now looking at him with an uncomprehending look on
Luke
her face.
is stunned by her incredible beauty and stands staring at her with his mouth hanging wide open.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
Luke takes his helmet off, coming out of it.
What? The uniform? I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
You're who?
I'm with Ben Kenobi.
Ben Kenobi's here? Where is he?
Yeah, come on with me.
Interior Death Star conference room. Darth Vader paces the room as Governor Tarkin sits at the far end of the conference table.
He is here.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? What makes you think so?
A tremor in the Force. The last time I felt it was in the presence of my old master.
Surely he must be dead by now.
Don't underestimate the power of the Force.
The Jedi are extinct. Their fire has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion. Yes?
Governor Tarkin, we have an emergency alert. Detention block 8823.
The princess! Put this section on alert.
Obi-Wan is here. The Force is with him.
If you're right, he must not be allowed to escape.
Escape is not his plan. I must face him alone.
Interior Death Star detention area hallway. An ominous buzzing sound is heard on the other side of the elevator door. Chewie!
Chewbacca responds with a growling noise.
Get behind me! Get behind me!
A series of explosions knock a hole in the elevator door through which several Imperial troops begin to emerge. Han and Chewie fire laser pistols at them through the smoke and flame.
Can't get out that way!
Looks like you managed to cut off our only escape route.
Maybe you'd like it back in your cell, Your Highness.
Luke takes a small comlink transmitter from his belt as they continue to exchange fire with stormtroopers making their way down the corridor.
C-3PO! C-3PO!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've been cut off. Are there any other ways out of the cell bay? What was that? I didn't copy.
As little R2 beeps and whistles in blue streak. 3PL yells into the small comm leak transmitter.
I said all systems have been alerted to your presence, sir. The main entrance seems to be the only way in or out. All other information on your level is restricted.
Open up in there!
Oh no!
Interior Death Star detention corridor. I can't hold them off forever, now what?
This is some rescue. When you came in here, didn't you have a plan for getting out?
He's the brains, sweetheart!
Into the garbage chute, wise guy!
She jumps through the narrow opening as Han and Chewbacca look on in amazement. Chewbacca sniffs the garbage chute and says something. Get in there, you big furry oaf! I don't care what it smells like! Get in there and don't worry about it!
Han gives him a kick and the Wookiee disappears into the tiny opening. Luke and Han continuing fire as they work their way towards the opening.
Wonderful girl! Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her! Get in there!
Luke ducks the laser fire as he jumps into the darkness. Han fires off a couple of quick blasts, creating a smoky cover, and he slides into the chute himself, and he's gone. Interior, Death Star, garbage room. Han tumbles into the large room filled with garbage and muck. Luke is already stumbling around looking for an exit. He finds a small hatchway and struggles to get it open. It will not budge.
Oh, the garbage chute was a really wonderful idea! What an incredible smell you've discovered!
Leia climbs out of the garbage with a rather grim look on her face.
You know, it's not gonna take them long to figure out what happened to us.
It could be worse. A loud, horrible, and inhuman moan works its way up from the murky depths. Chewbacca lets out a terrified howl and begins to back away. Han and Luke stand fast with their laser pistols drawn. The Wookiee is cowering near one of the wells.
Oh, it's worse.
And there's something alive in here.
That's just your imagination.
Something just moved past my leg. Look, did you see that?
What?
Help!
Suddenly, Luke is yanked under the garbage.
Luke! Luke! Luke!
Solo tries to get to Luke. Luke surfaces with a gasp of air and thrashing of limbs.
Holy
A
shit!
membrane tentacle is wrapped around his throat.
Luke!
Leia extends a long pipe towards him.
Luke! Luke! Grab a hold of this!
Blast it! William, my gun's jammed!
Where?
Anywhere!
Solo fires his gun downward. Luke is pulled back into the muck by the slimy tentacle.
Luke! Luke!
Suddenly, the walls of the garbage receptacle shudder and move in a couple of inches. Then everything is deathly quiet. Han and Leia give each other a worried look as Chewbacca howls in the corner. With a rush of bubbles and muck, Luke suddenly bobs to the surface.
Grab him!
Luke seems to be released by the thing.
What happened?
I don't know. It just let go of me and disappeared.
I've got a very bad feeling about this.
Before anyone can say anything, the walls begin to rumble and edge towards the rebels.
God damn it, the walls are moving.
Don't just stand there. Try to brace it with something.
They place poles and long metal beams between the closing walls, but they are simply snapped and bent as the giant trash maker rumbles on. The situation does not look
Oh
good.
shit, wait a minute.
Luke pulls out his comm link.
3PO, where can he be?
What for out there?
Wait for it though, 3PO!
Interior, Death Star, main gantry, command office. Trooper pushes a button and the supply cabinet door slides open. C-3PO and R2-D2 are inside.
They're madmen. They're heading for the prison level. If you hurry, you might catch them.
Follow me! You stand guard!
Come on. Oh, all this excitement has overrun the circuits of my counterpart here. If you don't mind, I'd like to take him down to the maintenance.
Interior, Death Star, garbage room. All the walls rumble closed.
3PO, come in, 3PO! Well, where can he be? 3PO, come in!
Interior, Death Star, main forward base, service panel.
They aren't here. Something must have happened to them. See if they've been captured. Hurry!
Interior, Death Star, garbage room. The walls are only feet apart. One thing's for sure, we're all gonna be a lot thinner. Get on top of it.
I'm trying!
Interior, Death Star, main forward base, service panel.
Thank goodness they haven't found them. Where could they be? Use the comm link? Oh my, I forgot I turned it off.
Interior. Meanwhile, Luke is laying on his side, trying to keep his head above the rising ooze. Luke's comlink begins to buzz, and he rips it off his belt. Muffled sounds of Luke's voice over the comlink can be heard, but not distinctly.
Are you there, sir?
3PO,
We've had some problems.
shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level.
Garbage room, Luke.
Shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level.
Main forward base, service panel.
No, shut them all down, Harry!
2R2.
No, shut them all down. Hurry!
3PO holds his head in agony as he hears incredible screaming and hollering coming from Luke's comlink.
Listen to them. They're dying, R2. Curse my metal body. I wasn't fast enough. It's all my fault. My poor master.
Luke over calmly.
Oh, 3PO, we're all right.
Oh yeah, 3PO, we're good. Interior Death Star garbage room. The screaming and hollering and the sound of joyous relief as the walls have stopped moving.
We're all right. You did great. Hey, over the pressure. Maintenance hatch on unit number. Where are we?
Interior Death Star, unused hallway. The group exits the garbage room into a dusty, unused hallway. Han and Luke remove the trooper suits and strap on their blaster belts.
If we can just avoid any more female advice, we ought to be able to get out of here.
Luke smiles and scratches his head as he takes a blaster from Solo.
You shouldn't say that, but let's get moving.
Chewie begins growling and points to the hatch to the garbage room as he runs away and then stops howling.
Chewie, where are you going?
The Dinogu bangs against the hatch as a long, slimy tentacle works its way out of the doorway, searching for a victim. Han aims his pistol. No, wait, they'll hear!
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Death Star, power trench. Suddenly, a door behind Ben slides open, and a detachment of stormtroopers marches to the power trench. Ben instantly slips into the shadows. Ben moves around the tractor beam, gestures with his hand towards them as the troopers think they hear something in the other hallway.
What was that?
It's them! Blast them!
Before even thinking, Han draws his laser pistol and charges the troopers. Chewie follows his captain down the corridor.
Get back to the ship!
He certainly has courage.
What good will it do if he gets himself killed? Come on!
Han chases the stormtroopers down the long side. He is yelling and brandishing his laser pistol like a complete fucking badass. The troopers reach the dead end and are forced to turn and fight. Han stops a few feet from them and assumes a defensive position. Chewbacca runs down the sub-hallway in a last-ditch effort to save his bold captain. Suddenly he hears the firing of laser guns and yelling. Around the corner shoots Han, pirate extraordinaire, running for his life. Chewbacca turns and starts running the other way also. Interior Death Star sub-hallway. Luke fires his laser pistol wildly as he and Leia rush down a narrow sub-hallway. They open a hatchway, and Luke and Leia race through the hatch onto a narrow bridge. The bridge has been retracted into the wall of the shaft.
I think we took a wrong turn.
There's no lock!
That ought to hold it for a while.
Quick! Main forward bay. 3PO looks around at the troops milling about the pirate ship entry ramp. Where could they be? R2 plugged into the computer socket turns his dome left and right, beeping a response. Interior, Death Star, corridor. Han and Chewbacca run down a long corridor with several troopers hot on their trails.
Close the blast doors! Open the blast doors! Interior Death Star, hallway leading to the main forward bay. Darth Vader steps into view at the end of the tunnel.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
Ben seems to be under increasing pressure and strain. Ben making a sudden lunge at the huge warrior, but is checked by a lightning movement by the Sith. A masterful slash stroke by Vader is blocked by the old Jedi. Ben moves around the Dark Lord and starts backing into the massive starship hangar.
Your powers are weak, old man.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Interior Death Star, main forward bay. Han Solo and Chewbacca, their weapons in hand, lean back against the wall, surveying the forward bay, watching the Imperial stormtroopers make their rounds of the hangar.
Didn't we just leave this party?
Chewbacca growls in reply as Luke and the princess join them.
What kept you?
We ran into some old friends.
Is the ship all right?
Seems okay if we can get to it. Just hope the old man got the tractor beam out of commission.
Interior Death Star hallway. Vader and Ben Kenobi continue their powerful duel. As they hit their lightsabers together, lightning flashes on impact. Troopers look on in interest as the old Jedi and Dark Lord of the Sith fight. Suddenly, Luke spots the battle from his group's vantage point. Come on, R2. We're going. 3PO ducks out of sight as the 7 stormtroopers who were guarding the starship rush past them, heading towards Ben and the Sith Knight. Interior Death Star hallway. Solo, Chewie, Luke, and Leia are tensely watching the duel. The troops rush toward the battling knights.
Now's our chance. Go!
They start for the Millennium Falcon. Ben sees the troops charging toward him and realizes that he is trapped. Vader takes advantage of Ben's momentary distraction and brings his mighty lightsaber down on the old man. Ben manages to deflect the blow and swiftly turns around. The old Jedi Knight looks over his shoulder at Luke, lifts his sword from Vader's, then watches his opponent with a serene look on his face. Vader brings his sword down, cutting old Ben in half. Ben's cloak falls to the floor in 2 parts, but Ben is not in it. Vader is puzzled at Ben's disappearance and pokes at the empty cloak. The adventurers and the robots reach the starship.
Oh no!
The stormtroopers turn toward Luke. and begin firing at him. The robots are already moving up the ramp into the Millennium Falcon, while Luke, transfixed by anger and awe, returns their fire. Solo joins in the laser fire. Vader looks up, advances towards them as one of his troopers is struck.
Come on!
Come on, Luke, it's too late!
Blast the door, kid!
Luke fires his pistol at the door control panel, and it explodes. The door begins to slide shut. 3 troopers charge forward, firing laser bolts, as the door slides to close behind them, shutting Vader and the other troops out of the docking bay. Blah, blah, blah. Luke starts for the advancing troops as Solo and Leia move up the ramp to the pirate ship. He fires, hitting a stormtrooper who crumbles to the floor. Run, Luke! Run!
Luke looks around to see where the voice came from. Han pulls back on the controls and the ship begins to move. Chewie adjusts his controls. I hope the old man got that tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it! The Millennium Falcon powers away from the Death Star docking bay and disappears into the vastness of space. Luke, saddened by the loss of Obi-Wan Kenobi, stares off blankly as the robots look on. Leia puts a blanket around him protectively, and Luke looks up at her. Cockpit. Solo spots approaching enemy ships. We're coming up on sentry ships. Hold them off. Angle the deflector shields while I charge up the main guns. Interior Millennium Falcon, central hold area.
I can't believe he's gone.
R2-D2 beeps a reply.
There wasn't anything you could have done.
Come on, buddy. We're not out of this yet. Interior Millennium Falcon, gun ports, cockpit. Solo climbs into his attack position as the topside gun port. Luke gets up and moves toward the gun ports as Leia heads for the cockpit. Luke climbs down the ladder into the gun port cockpit, settling into one of the 2 main laser cannons mounted in large rotating turret on either side of the ship. Millennium Falcon. Interior Millennium Falcon, Solo's gun port. You in, kid? Okay, stay sharp.
Interior Millennium Falcon, gun ports, cockpit. Chewbacca and Princess Leia search the heavens for attacking TIE fighters. Interior Millennium Falcon, Solo's gun port, cockpit. Computer graphic readouts form on Solo's target screen as Han reaches for controls. Luke sits in readiness for the attack. Chewbacca spots the enemy ship.
Here they come!
The Imperial TIE fighters move towards Millennium Falcon. 3PO is seated in the hold area with R2-D2. The pirate ship bounces and vibrates as the power goes out in the room and then comes back on. The TIE fighter maneuvers in front of Han, who follows it and fires at it with a laser cannon. Luke does likewise as the fighter streaks into view. Luke fires at an unseen fighter.
They're coming in too fast!
The ship shudders. Laser bolts hit. There's a full shot of a TIE fighter, then there's some more TIE fighter, then the fucking Millennium Falcon is shooting laser bolt streaks.
And laser bolt streaks. And
Lasers!
And then it cuts to 3PO and he says, "Woo!" Alright, interior, Millennium Falcon, cockpit, gun ports. Leia watches the computer read out as Chewbacca manipulates the ship's controls.
We've lost lateral controls.
Don't worry, she'll hold together.
An enemy laser bolt hits the pirate ship control panel.
You hear me? You hear me, baby? Hold together.
Luke swivels in his gun. Solo aims his laser cannon. TIE fighters streak in front of the spy ship. Leia watches the TIE fighter.
Fast forward a little bit. Luke gets him one.
Oh yeah, got him!
Han turns and gives Luke a victory wave, which Luke gracefully returns.
Great, kid. Don't get cocky.
He's Luke, jackass!
Han turns back to his laser cannon. Exterior, space. Leia says, "There's still 2 more of them out there!" Space. TIE fighters, Millennium Falcon, fighting. Luke and Han look into their retrospective projected target screens. An Imperial fighter crosses Solo's port. Solo swivels behind his cannon. He aims. A well aimed blast from Solo's laser cannon hits the attacker, which blows up in small atomic shower and burning fragments.
Yeah, that's it, we did it!
We did it!
Woo!
Help! I think I'm melting. And this is all your fault, R2.
The victorious Millennium Falcon moves off majestically through space. Interior Death Star control room. Death Star strides... Death Star. Darth Vader strides into the control room where Tarkin is watching on the huge viewing screen. Are they away?
They've just made the jump to hyperspace.
You're sure the homing beacon is secured above their ship? I'm taking an awful risk here, Vader. This had better work.
Fuck you.
Han removes his gloves and, smiling, is at the controls of the ship, and Chewie moves into the aft section to check on the damage where Leia is seated next to him.
Not a bad bit of rescuing, huh? You know, sometimes I even amaze myself.
That doesn't sound too hard. Besides, they'd let us go. It's the only explanation for the ease of our escape.
Easy? You call that easy?
They're tracking us.
Not this ship, sister.
At least the information in R2 is still intact.
What's so important? What's he carrying?
the technical readouts of that battle station. I only hope that when the data is analyzed, a weakness can be found. It's not over yet.
It is for me, sister. Look, I ain't in this for your revolution, and I'm not in it for you, princess. I expect to be well paid. I'm in it for the money.
You needn't worry about your reward. If money's all that you love, then that's what you'll receive.
She angrily turns and she stares out of the cockpit, passes Luke coming in.
Your friend is quite a mercenary. I wonder if he really cares about anything. Or anyone.
I care! So what do you think of her, huh?
I'm trying not to, kid. So she's got a lot of spirit. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think a princess and a guy like me...
No! No! No!
Exterior, space. Battered pirate ship drifts into orbit around the planet Yavin and proceeds to one of its tiny green moons. The Millennium Falcon soars over the jungle. Oh man. An alert guard, his laser gun in hand, scans the countryside. Exterior, jungle temple. Rotting in a forest of gargantuan trees, an ancient temple lies shrouded in eerie mist. Han, Luke, and the others are greeted by the rebel troops.
You're safe. We had feared the worst.
Sorry about that. Willard composes himself, not
When we heard about Alderaan, we were afraid that you lost along with your father.
We don't have time for our sorrows, Commander. The battle station has surely tracked us here. It's the only explanation for the ease of our escape. You must use the information in this RU-2 unit to plan the attack. It is our only hope.
The surface of the Death Star ominously approaches the red planet Yavin. Interior Death Star control room. Grand Moff Tarkin and Lord Vader are interrupted in their discussion by the buzz of a comm link.
We are approaching the planet Yavin. The rebel base is on the moon to the far side. We are preparing to orbit the planet.
Yavin. A lone guard stands in the high tower among Yavin landscape, surveying the countryside. A mist hangs over the jungle of the Twisted Green. War room briefing area. Dodonna stands before a large electronic wall display. Leia and several other senators are to one side of the giant readout. The low-ceilinged room is filled with star pilots.
The battle station is heavily shielded and carries a firepower greater than half the Starfleet. Its defenses are designed around a direct large-scale assault. A small one-man fighter should be able to penetrate the outer defenses.
Gold Leader, a rough-looking man in his early 30s, stands and addresses Dodonna.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but what good are snub fighters against that?
Well, the Empire doesn't consider a small one-man fighter to be any threat, or they'd have a tighter defense. An analysis of the plans provided by Princess Leia has demonstrated a weakness in the battle station. The approach will not be easy. You are required to maneuver straight down this trench and skim the surface to the point. This target area is only 2 meters wide. It's a small thermal exhaust port. Right below the main port, the shaft leads directly to the reactor system. A precise hit will start a chain reaction which should destroy the station.
A murmur of disbelief runs through the room.
Only a precise hit will set up a chain reaction. The shaft is ray shielded, so you'll have to use photon torpedoes.
Luke is sitting next to Wedge Antilles, a hotshot pilot about 16 years old. That's impossible, even for a computer.
It's not impossible. I used to bullseye I-1 brats in my T-16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters.
Man your ships, and may the force be with you.
The Death Star begins to move around the planet toward the tiny green moon. Tarkin and Vader watch the computer-projected screens with interest. Death Star intercom voice.
Orbiting the planet at maximum velocity, the moons with the rebel base will be in range in 30 minutes.
Oh, this will be a day long remembered. It has seen the end of Kenobi, and it will soon see the end of the rebellion.
Interior, Masasi Outpost, main hangar deck. Luke, 3PO, and Little R2 enter the huge spaceship hangar and hurry along the long line of gleaming space fighters. Flight crews rush around loading last-minute armaments and unlocking power couplings. In an area isolated from this activity, Luke finds Han and Chewie loading small boxes onto an armored speeder.
All flying troopers, man your stations. All flying troopers, man your station.
So you got your reward and you're just gonna leave us then?
That's right, yeah. I got some old debts I've got to pay off with this stuff. Even if I didn't, you don't think I'd be fool enough to stick around here, do you? Why don't you come with us? You'd be pretty good in a fight. I could use you.
Come on, why don't you take a look around? You know what's about to happen. You know what they're up against? They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
What good's a reward if you ain't around to use it? Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. It's more like suicide.
Alright, well, take care of yourself, Han. I guess that's what you're best at, isn't it?
Luke goes off. Han hesitates, then calls to him.
Hey, Luke. May the Force be with you.
Luke turns and sees Han wink at him. Luke lifts his hand in a small wave and then goes off. Han turns to Chewie.
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing. Luke, Leia, and Dodonna meet under a huge space fighter.
What's wrong?
It's Han. I don't know. I really thought he'd change his mind.
He's got to follow his own path. No one can choose it for him.
I only wish Ben were here.
Leia gives Luke a little kiss, turns and goes off. As Luke begins to climb the ladder into his sleek, deadly spaceship, a crew chief who is working on the craft points to a little R2 who is being hoisted into a socket on the back of the fighter.
This R2 unit of yours seems a bit beat up. Do you want a new one?
Not in your life. That little droid and I have been through a lot together. You okay, R2?
The crewmen lower R2 into his craft, now a part of the exterior shell of the starship. The little droid beeps and that he is fine.
Oh, okay, here she goes.
Hang on tight, R2. You've got to come back. You wouldn't want my life to get boring, would you?
All final preparations are made for the approaching battle. Blah, 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 blah. Luke, a trace of a smile gracing his lips, peers through his goggles.
Luke, the Force will be with you.
Luke is confused at the voice and taps his headphones. Interior, Masasi Outpost, War Room. The Princess, 3PO, and a field commander sit quietly before the giant display showing the planet Yavin and its 4 moons.
Standby alert. Death Star approaching. Estimated time to firing range, 15 minutes.
The Death Star slowly moves behind the massive yellow surface of Yavin in the foreground, as many X-Wing fighters flying in formation zoom toward us and out of the frame. Interior, Red Leader Starship Cockpit. Red Leader lowers his visor and adjusts his gun sights.
All wings, report in.
Interior, another cockpit. One of the Rebel fighters checks in through his mic.
Red 10 standing by.
Red 7, stand by.
Red 3 standing by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 6, stand by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 2, stand by.
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5.
Red 5.
That's you.
Red 5 standing by.
Exterior, Luke's X-Wing fighter, R2-D2 in a position outside of the fire, turns his head from side to side and makes beeping sounds. Interior, Red Leader's fighter cockpit.
Lock S-foils in attack position.
Exterior, space. The group of X-Wing fighters move into formation toward the Death Star.
We're passing through their magnetic field.
Power attack.
Luke adjusts his controls as he concentrates on the approaching Death Star. The ship begins to be buffeted slightly.
Switching deflectors on. Double front.
The fighters, now X-shaped darts, move in formation. The Death Star now appears to be a small moon, growing rapidly as the size of the Rebel fighter as the Rebel fighters approach.
Whoa, look at the size of that thing.
Cut the chatter, Red 2.
Accelerate to attack speed. This is it, boys.
Exterior space. As the fighters move closer to the Death Star, the awesome size of the gargantuan Imperial fortress is revealed. Interior, Gold Leader's cockpit.
Red Leader, this is Gold Leader. Gold is better than red.
I copy, Gold Leader. You would, you sicko.
Son of a bitch. Red Leader looks around at his wingman. The Death Star is looming behind.
We're in position. I'm going to cut across the axis and try and draw their fire.
2 squads of Rebel fighters peel off, blah, blah, blah. Alarm sirens scream as soldiers scramble to large turbo-powered laser gun emplacements, blah, blah, blah. Princess Leia listens to the battle over the intercom. 3PO is at her side.
Heavy fire, boss. 20 degrees.
I see it. Stay low.
Technical crews scurry here and are loading last-minute armaments and unlocking power cables. Wedge maneuvers his fighter into the menacing Death Star. X-Wings continue their attack on course at the Death Star. Luke nosedives radically, starting his attack on the monstrous fortress. The Death Star surface streaks past the cockpit window.
This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Luke's X-Wing races toward the Death Star. Laser bolts streak from Luke's weapons, creating a huge fireball explosions on the dim surface.
Luke, pull up!
Luke's ship emerges from the fireball with the leading edges of his wings slightly scorched.
Are you alright?
I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
Rebel fighters continue to strafe the Death Star surface with laser bolts. Troops and equipment are blown in all directions. Stormtroopers stagger out of the rubble. Standing in the middle of the chaos, a vision of calm and foreboding, is Darth Vader. One of the Astro officers rushes up to him. We count 30 Rebel ships, Lord Vader, but they're so small they're evading the turbo lasers.
We'll have to destroy them ship to ship. Get the crews to their fighters.
The crew rushes about preparing another blast. Blah, 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 blah. Red Leader flies in with a heavy hail flak.
Luke, let me know where you're going. In.
I'm in now.
Watch yourself.
There's a lot of fire coming from the right side of that deflection tower.
I'm really in it now.
Yeah, I see that.
Luke flings his X-Wing into a twisted dive across the horizon and down onto the dim gray surface. A shot hurls from Luke's guns, laser bolts streak toward the onrushing Death Star surface. Several smaller radar emplacements erupt in flames, and laser fire erupts from a protruding tower on the surface. The blurry Death Star surface races past the cockpit window as a big smile sweeps across Luke's face in the success of his run. The Death Star's superstructure races past Luke as he maneuvers his craft through a wall of laser fire and peels away from the surface towards the heavens. Biggs dives through the forest of radar domes, antennae, and gun towers as he shoots low across the Death Star surface. Imperial Star pilots dash in unison into a line of small auxiliary hatches that lead to the Imperial TIE fighters. Princess Leia, surrounded by her generals and aides, paces nervously before a lighted computer table. Dodonna watches closely from one corner. One of the officers working over a screen speaks on his headset.
Squad leaders, we've picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Luke looks around to see if he can spot approaching Imperial fighters.
My scope's negative. I don't see anything.
Keep up your visual scanning. With all this jamming, they'll be on top of you before your scope can pick them up.
Silhouetted against rim lights in the Death Star horizon, 4 ferocious Imperial TIE fighters dive on the Rebel fighters. 2 of the TIE fighters peel off and drop out of the frame.
Biggs, you've picked one up. Watch it.
I can't see it. Where is he?
Behind you, dumbass.
He's on me tight. I can't shake him. I can't shake him.
Hang on, Biggs. I'm coming in.
Exterior space around Death Star. Biggs and the tailing TIE ship dive for the surface, now followed by a fast-gaining Luke. After Big dives out of sight, Luke chases the Imperial fighter. In the foreground, the Imperial fighter races the Death Star surface, closely followed by Luke in the background.
Got it.
Darth Vader strides purposefully down the Death Star corridor, flanked by Imperial stormtroopers.
Several fighters have broken off from the main group. Come with me.
A concerned Princess Leia, 3PO, Dodonna, and other officers of the rebellion stand around a huge round readout screen, listening to the ship-to-ship communication on the room's loudspeaker.
Pull in, Luke! Pull in! Watch your back, Luke!
Luke's ship soars away from the Death Star surface as he spots the tailing TIE fighter. The Imperial TIE fighter pilot scores a hit on Luke's ship. Fire breaks out on the right side of the X-Wing. Luke looks out of his cockpit at the flames on his ship.
I'm hit, but it's not bad.
Smoke pours out from behind R2-D2.
R2, see what you can do with it. Hang on back there.
Green laser fire moves past the beeping little robot as his head turns. Luke nervously works his controls.
Red 6, can you see Red 5?
There's heavy fire zone in this side. Red 5, where are you?
I can't shake it.
I'm on him, Luke. Hold on.
Blast it. Where are you?
The fighter pilot watches Wedge's X-Wing approach. Another X-Wing joins him, and both unleash a volley of laser fire on the Imperial fighter. TIE fighter explodes, filling the screen with white light. Luke's ship can be seen far in the distance.
Thanks, Wedge.
Good shooting, Wedge.
Red Leader. Gold Leader peels off and starts toward the long trenches at the Death Star's surface pole.
This is Gold Leader. We're still better than you, and we're starting our attack run.
I copy, Gold Leader. Move into position.
It's dark as fucking here, yo.
Sorry.
The 3 Imperial TIE ships in precise formation dive toward the Death Star surface. Darth Vader calmly adjusts his control stick as the stars whip past the window and above his head.
Stay intact formation.
Technicians are seating at the computer readout table in the war room.
The exhaust post is marked and locked in.
Gold Leader approaches the surface and pulls out to skim the surface of the huge station. The ship moves into a deep trench, firing laser bolts. The surface streaks past. Laser fire is returned by the Death Star. Gold Leader races down the enormous trench that leads to the exhaust port. Laser bolts blast toward him in increasing numbers, occasionally exploding near the ship, causing it to bounce about.
Switch power to front deflector screens.
3 Y-wings skim past the Death Star surface, deep in the trench as laser bolts streak past on all sides.
How many guns do you think, Gold 5?
I'd say about 20 guns. Some on the surface, some on the towers.
Leia, 3PO, and the technicians view the projected large screen, and the red and blue target lights glow.
Death Star will be in range in 5 minutes.
3 Y-wing fighters race toward the camera and zoom through the hall of laser fire. Gold Leader pulls his computer targeting device down in front of his eye. Laser bolts continue to batter the rebel craft.
I'm switching the targeting computer.
Computer's locked, getting a signal. The guns, they've stopped.
Stabilize your read deflectors. Watch for enemy fighters. They're coming in. 3 Mach 210.
3 Imperial TIE ships, Darth Vader in the center, flanked by 2 wingmen, dive in precise formation almost vertically toward the Death Star surface. Darth Vader calmly adjusts his control stick as the stars zoom by.
I'll take them myself. Cover me.
Yes, sir. 3 starfighters zoom across the surface of the Death Star. Vader lines up Gold 2 in his targeting computer. Vader's hands grip the control stick as he presses the buttons. The cockpit explodes around Gold 2. His head falls forward. As Gold 2's ship explodes, debris is flung around into space. Gold Leader looks over his shoulder at the scene. The 3 TIE fighters race along the trench in a tight formation. Gold Leader panics.
I can't maneuver.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Stay on target.
Now he's really panicked.
Listen up.
I said stay the fuck on target. I mean, Gold 5 to Red Leader.
Vader calmly adjusts his targeting computer and pushes the fire button.
Lost Tyree, lost Dutch.
I copy, Gold 5. They came from behind! Whatever.
Luke looks nervously about him at the explosive battle. Grand Moff Tarkin and Chief Officer stand at the Death Star's control room.
We've analyzed their attack, and there is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by?
Evacuate. In our moment of triumph, I think you overestimate their chances.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's just a bunch of ships out there attacking us. It's fine.
Rebel base. 3 minutes in closing.
There you go.
There you go.
Red Leader looks over at his wingman.
This is Red Leader.
This is Red 2.
Flying towards you.
Red 3 standing by.
Red Leader, this is Base 1. Keep half your group out of range for the next run.
Copy, Base 1. Luke, take Red 2 and 3. Hold up here, wait for my signal to start your run.
The X-Wing fighters of Luke, Biggs, and Wedge fly in formation high above the Death Star's surface. Luke peers out from his cockpit. 2 X-Wings move across the surface of the Death Star. Red Leader's X-Wing drops down to the surface, leading to the exhaust.
This is it!
Red Leader roams down the trench of the Death Star as lasers streak across the black heavens. A huge remote-control laser cannon fires at the approaching Rebel fighters. The Rebel fighters evade the Imperial laser blast because they're pimp-ass pilots. Red 10 looks around for the Imperial fighters.
We should be able to see it by now.
From the cockpits of the Rebel pilots, the surfaces of the Death Star streaks by.
Keep your eyes open for those fighters.
There's too much interference. Red 5, can you see where they came from, Red 5? Red 5, can you see them?
No sign of any. Wait!
Red 10 looks up and sees the Imperial fighters.
Corner 3.5.
I see them.
3 TIE fighters, Vader flanked by 2 wingmen, dive in a tight formation. The sun reflects off their dominant solar fins as they loop toward the Death Star surface. Red Leader pulls his targeting device in front of his eyes and makes several adjustments.
I'm in range.
Red Leader's X-Wing moves up the Death Star trench.
Target's coming up. Just hold them off for a few seconds.
Just a few more seconds.
Vader adjusts his control lever and dives into the X-Wing fighters.
Close up the formation.
The 3 TIE fighters now move in formation across the Death Star's surface. Red Leader lines up his target and then targeting device crosshairs. Vader rapidly approaches the 2 X-Wings of Red 10 and Red 12. Vader's laser cannon flashes below in the view of the front porthole. The X-Wings show the center of Vader's computer screen. Red 12's X-Wing fighter is hit by Vader's laser fire and it explodes into flames against the trench. Red 10 works at his controls furiously, trying to avoid Vader's fighting behind him.
You better let her loose.
Almost there.
I can't hold him.
Vader and his wingman whip through the trench in pursuit of the Rebel fighters. Darth Vader's well-aimed laser fire proves to be unavoidable and strikes Red 10's ship. Red 10 screams in anguish. Red 10's ship explodes and bursts into flames. Grimly, Red Leader takes careful aim and watches his computer targeting device, which shows the target lined up in the crosshairs and fires.
Oh, it's away!
An armed Imperial stormtrooper is knocked to the floor from the attack explosion.
It's a hit! Negative.
Red Leader looks back at the receding Death Star. Tiny explosions are visible in the distance.
Negative, it did not go in. It just impacted on the surface. We need penetration. We need full penetration.
You suck, Red Leader!
Darth Vader peels off from his pursuit as Red Leader's X-Wing passes beneath the Death Star horizon. Vader swings his ship around for the next kill.
Red Leader, we're right above you. Turn a point.
Luke tries to spot the Red Leader. He looks down at the Death Star
All
surface.
5, we're gonna cover for you.
Stay there.
Where Red Leader looks about nervously.
I just lost my starboard engines.
Luke looks excitedly toward Red Leader's X-Wing.
Get set to make your attack run.
Vader's gloved hand makes contact with the control sticks and he presses their firing buttons. Red Leader fights to gain ship of his control.
I love it.
Red Leader fights to gain control of his ship. Laser bolts are flung from Vader's TIE fighter, connecting with Red Leader's Rebel X-Wing fighter. Red Leader buys it, creating a tremendous explosion far below. He screams and is destroyed.
Interior, Luke's X-Wing fighter cockpit. Luke looks out the window of his X-Wing at the explosion far below. For the first time, he feels the helplessness of his situation. Grand Moff Tarkin casts a sinister eye at the computer screen.
Rebel base 1 and closing.
Donna and Princess Leia, with 3PO beside them, listen intently to the talk between the pilots. The room is grim. Princess Leia nervously paces the room.
Biggs, Wedge, let's close it up. We're closing in. We're going in full throttle.
Right with you, boss.
The two X-Wings peel off against a background of stars and dive toward the Death Star.
Luke, at that speed, will you be able to pull out in time?
It'll just be like Beggar's Canyon back home.
The three X-Wings move in, unleashing a barrage of laser fire. Laser bolts are returned from the Death Star.
We'll stay back far enough to cover you.
Flak and laser bolts flash outside Luke's cockpit window.
My scope shows the tower, but I can't see the exhaust port. Are you sure the computer can hit it?
The Death Star laser cannon slowly rotates as it shoots laser bolts. Luke looks around for the Imperial TIE fighters. He thinks for a moment and then moves his targeting device into position.
Watch yourself. Increase full throttle.
Wedge looks excitedly about for any sign of the TIE fighters.
What about the tower?
You worry about those fighters. I'll worry about the tower.
Luke's X-Wing streaks through the trench, firing lasers.
R2, that stabilizer's broken loose again. See if you can lock it down.
R2 looks to repair the damage. The canyon walls rush by in the background, making his delicate task seem even more precarious. Luke's targeting device marks off the distance to the target. Vader and his wingmen zoom closer. Vader adjusts his controls and fires laser bolts at X-Wings flying down the trench. He scores a direct hit on Wedge. Leia and the others are grouped around the computer board.
I'm hit. I can't stay with you.
Get clear, Wedge. You can't do any more good back there.
Sorry.
Wedge pulls his crippled X-Wing back away from the battle. Vader watches the escape but issues a command to his wingmen.
Let him go. Stay on the leader.
Luke's X-Wing speeds down the trench. The three TIE fighters still in perfect unbroken formation, tail close behind.
Hurry, Luke. They're coming in much faster this time. I can't hold them.
The three TIE fighters move even closer, closing in on Luke and Biggs. Luke looks back anxiously at little R2.
R2, try and increase the power.
Ignoring the bumpy ride, flak, and lasers, the beeping R2-D2 struggles to increase the power. The TIE formation creeps closer. Vader adjusts his control stick. Biggs looks around at the TIE fighters. Luke looks into his targeting device. He moves it away for a moment and ponders its use. He looks back into the computer target.
Hurry up, Luke!
Vader and his wingmen race through the Death Star trench. Big moves into cover for Luke, but Vader gains on him. Big sees the TIE fighters aiming at him.
Wait!
Vader squeezes the fire button on his controls. Big's cockpit explodes around him. Big's ships burst into a million flaming bits and scatters across the surface. Leia and the others stare at the computer board. Luke is stunned by Big's death. His eyes are watering, but his anger is also growing. Grand Moff Tarkin watches the projected target screen with satisfaction.
Rebel base, 30 seconds in closing.
Vader takes aim on Luke and talks to the wingmen.
I'm on the leader.
Luke's ship streaks through the trench of the Death Star. Princess Leia returns her general's worried and doubtful glances with solid, grim determination. 3PO seems nervous. Hang on, R2. Luke concentrates on his targeting device. Three TIE fighters charge away down the trench toward Luke. Vader's fingers curl around the control sticks. Luke lines up the yellow crosshair lines of the targeting device's screen. He looks into the targeting device, then starts at a voice he hears. Use the Force, Luke. The Death Star trench zooms by. Luke looks up, then starts to look back into the targeting device. He has second thoughts. Let go, Luke. Determination sweeps across Luke's face as he closes his eyes and starts to mumble Ben's training to himself.
The Force is strong with this one.
Vader follows Luke's X-Wing down the trench. Luke looks into the targeting device, then away as he hears Ben's voice. Luke, trust me. Luke's hand reaches out for the control panel and presses the button. The targeting device moves away. Leia and the others stand watching the projected screen.
His computer's off. Luke, you switched your targeting computer off. What's wrong?
Nothing, I'm alright, I'm just dramatic.
Luke's ship streaks ever close to the exhaust port. R2-D2 turns his head from side to side.
The three TIE fighters, manned by Vader and his two wingmen, follow Luke's X-Wing down the trench. Vader maneuvers his controls as he looks at his doomed target. He presses the fire button on his control sticks. Laser fires shoot towards Luke's X-Wing fighter. A large burst of Vader's laser fire engulfs R2. The arms go limp on the smoking little droid as he makes a high-pitched sound. Luke looks frantically back over his shoulder at R2. Smoke billows out from around R2, and sparks begin to fly.
No, I've lost R2!
Leia and the others stare intently at the projected screen while 3PO watches the princess.
The Death Star has cleared the planet. The Death Star has cleared the planet.
Tarkin glares at the projected target screen.
Rebel base in range.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
An officer reaches up and pushes the buttons to the control panel. Luke's ship barrels down the trench, and Vader's targeting computer swings around into position. Vader takes careful aim on Luke's X-Wing fighter.
I have you now.
He pushes the fire button. Three TIE fighters move in on Luke as Vader's center fire unleashes A volley of laser fire, one of the TIE fighter ships at his side, is hit and explodes into flames. The two remaining ships continue to move in. Luke looks about, wondering whose laser fire destroyed Vader's wingman. Vader is taken by surprise and looks out from his cockpit.
What?
Vader's wingman searches around him, trying to locate the unknown attacker. Han and Chewbacca grin from ear to ear.
The Millennium Falcon heads right at the two TIE fighters. It's a collision course. The wingman spots the pirate ship coming at him and warns the Dark Lord.
Look out!
Vader's wingman panics at the sight of the oncoming pirate ship. Vader's wingman crashes into the sidewall of the trench and explodes. Vader's ship spins out of control with a bent solar fin heading for deep space. Solo's ship moves in towards the Death Star trench.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Luke looks up and smiles. He concentrates on the exhaust port, then fires his laser torpedoes. Luke's torpedoes shoot toward the port and seems to simply disappear into the surface and not explode, but the shots do find their mark and have gone into the exhaust port and are heading for the main reactor.
Oh, penetration.
An Imperial... Got it. An Imperial soldier runs to the control panel board and pulls the attack lever as the board behind him lights up.
Stand by to fire at Rebel base.
Two X-Wings, a Y-Wing, and the pirate ship race toward Yavin in the distance. Several Imperial soldiers flanking the pensive Grand Moff Tarkin busily push control levers and buttons. The rumble of a distant explosion begins. The rebel ships race out of sight, leaving the moon-like Death Star alone against a blanket of stars. Several small flashes appear on the surface. The Death Star bursts into a supernova, creating a spectacularly heavenly display.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Luke is at ease, and his eyes are closed. Remember, the Force will be with you. Always. The ship rocks back and forth. Vader's ship spins off into space. The rebel ships race toward the fourth moon of Yavin. Main hangar. Luke climbs out of his starship fighter and is cheered by a throng of ground crew and pilots. Princess Leia rushes toward him. Luke! 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 She throws her arms around Luke and hugs him as they dance around in a circle. Solo runs in towards Luke, and they embrace one another, slapping each other on the...
Hey! Hey!
I knew you'd come back. I just knew it.
Well, I wasn't going to let you get all the credit and take all the reward.
Luke and Han look at one another as Solo playfully shoves at Luke's face. Leia moves in between them. Hey, I knew there was more to you than money. Luke looks towards the ship.
Oh, no!
The fried little R2-D2 is lifted off the back of the fighter and carried off under the worried eye of 3PPO. 3PPO?
3PP.
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 Somebody take that one.
The fried little R2 is lifted off the back of the fighter and carried off under the worried eyes of 3PPO.
Alright. He said it anyway.
Oh my, R2, can you hear me? Say something. You can repair him, can't you?
We'll get right to work on him.
You must repair him, sir. If any of my circuits or gears will help, I'll gladly donate them.
He's gonna be alright.
Luke, Han, and Chewbacca enter the huge ruins of the main temple. Hundreds of troops are lined up in neat rows. Banners are flying, and at the far end stands a vision in white, the beautiful young Senator Leia. Luke and the others solemnly march up the long aisle and kneel before Senator Leia. From one side of the temple marches a shined up and fully repaired R2-D2. He waddles up to the group and stands next to an equally pristine 3PO, who is rather awestruck by the whole event. Chewbacca is confused. Dodonna and several other dignitaries sit on the left of the Princess Leia. Leia is dressed in a long white dress and is staggeringly beautiful. She rises and places a gold medallion around Han's neck. He winks at her. She then repeats the ceremony with Luke, who is moved by the event. They turn and face the assembled troops, who all bow before them. Chewbacca growls, and R2 beeps with happiness. And credits.
Jesus Christ.